Today we'll discuss where the GTA 5 characters were during GTA 4, or at least try to. So GTA 4 takes place in 2008, while GTA 5 takes place in 2013, making these games 5 years and a US coast apart. So let's start with the star of the show, Michael fucking Townley. So by 2008 we know that Michael was already in Los Santos and that he was paying Dave on a monthly basis. He had at this point been living in Los Santos for 4 years, and his kids were still teenagers. And while, like I said, we don't know anything 100%, I think that it's somewhat safe to say that by this point Michael's family dynamic is getting worse by the day. However, I doubt that it was as fucked as we see it being during the start of the game. Michael's daily life likely even at this point consisted of him drinking by the pool and not doing shit other than that and watching movies. So all that there is really to talk about with Michael is his family, which, like I said, at this point is at the very least started to fall the fuck apart. And I guess financially you could talk about that, but I imagine that at this point they were still doing well, unlike the beginning of the game when Michael was broke, and I think they still had some of Michael's stash of money left. It hasn't yet gone down the drain. Now what about Franklin and Lamar? Well, at this point Franklin's around 20, so he has already been kicked out of school, and this was years before he was working for Simeon. So there are a couple of scenarios of where Franklin was with his life at this point. Either he was just out and about with Lamar doing stupid shit, or he was just doing some petty crimes to support himself, probably also with Lamar, to be honest. This could have also been around the time of Franklin's first score, the very same score that Trevor mocks him for during the Polito score. It's also possible that at this point he was working for a dealer by the name of Marcus, for whom it's implied that Franklin killed. Franklin was also at an unknown point in prison, which could also be a possibility that during this time where GTA 4 takes place, Franklin was actually serving that prison sentence. Whatever he was doing during this time, in most scenarios we can all but confirm that Lamar was somehow involved too. And Stretch, well, we have no idea where he was. He very well could have been in prison at this point still. Real quick though, if you're enjoying this video right now, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also, we're trying to get to 2,000 subscribers, so let's go ahead and actually make that happen. Probably by the end of the year, maybe we could do it, I don't know. But also check out my second Kingdom Hearts channel, which is going to be down in the description. Now what about Trevor? So firstly, at this point, Trevor didn't yet meet Ron or Wade. It's implied by Lester that Trevor didn't immediately after Prologue end up in Sandy Shores, but rather that he was a drifter just like he was in his earlier days for a few years prior to meeting Michael. And being that we're talking about 2008 and we don't know absolutely anything for certain about Trevor's life at this point, if Lester is to be believed, Trevor was probably everywhere, but he wasn't yet in Sandy Shores and he still didn't have his trailer or his lab or TP Industries or any of that. Hell, he still hasn't even met Ron, let alone Wade, who he would meet 4 years later, a year before GTA 5's story actually takes place. Now if you thought that we knew pretty much nothing about the main trio and Lamar, it's time to get to Lester. So Lester after Prologue went completely fucking MIA. And it is Lester after all, so it's no surprise. And while in game we aren't really told anything about his past, we do know that he lost touch with everyone that him and Michael used to work with back in the day. He was probably in Los Santos in 2008, although we don't even know that with 100% certainty. And at this point he was still likely keeping tabs on Trevor in some way or another, as he mentions when him and Michael are casing the jewel store. And his day-to-day likely consisted of him just hacking into people's emails, getting info on rich people that he hates, and any other creepy shit we all know that Lester does, and I don't think I can or want to discuss any of that on YouTube. And with that said, I want to thank you for watching this video. Leave your thoughts and opinions on this topic in the comments down below. Until next video stream, bye bye.